What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Sweet and Spicy Podcast. We're on episode 14 already. So it's, 14 weeks of this? Holy cow. Oh. Anyway, it's your guy, Dr. Legend, aka Gramps. I have our wonderful producer, Mr. Beckham. And then we've got
Howdy.
special guest for this one that couldn't have been any better. Let me give you a backstory first. So as you can see, there's someone missing from this podcast today. Unfortunately, Space Girl, aka Chloe, is not feeling well. So we essentially were deciding, do we continue the podcast or do we, cancel it out? And then I was like, we were talking about our topic, which was going to be sex advice, relationships, sexual questions, sex ed, sexual education, so to speak, in a better lack of words. And then I thought, you know what? Let me just get the male version of Chloe, and who better than the good and only Big Daddy Zal?
I'm not sure how I feel about that, the male version of Chloe. But I'll accept that as a compliment. Chloe's a fantastic person. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Smooth Jazz Hour.
So, basically, guys, it's going to be the same format. I know technically at this point, he's not even a special guest anymore. He's technically a broadcaster and part of this podcast. So, but...
You keep having me back. It's your own fault. It's like feeding a stray.
I know. Hey, it's always fun, so can't complain. But essentially, guys, it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna let you guys talk about, we'll talk about any experiences that we want to share, any relationship advices that we may have, Beckham, of course, included. And then, we'll open it up for everyone. If you guys have anything you guys want to learn about or anything that you guys want to talk about, anything that you guys want to share, feel free to come in, join the waiting room or the podcast queue, whatever the channel is called. I can't see it. I'll look at it right now. Podcast queue, and then Beckham will pull you up, give you the role, let us know that you're coming in, and then we'll share your stories, and as a chat we'll collectively give advice, if there's someone that wants the advice or anyone that's just seeking educational purposes. So whatever you guys want. It's essentially a hands-on podcast. You guys are more than welcome to get on. Obviously do not get very graphic or extreme, because unfortunately YouTube will not like that. And of course, some of you guys are obviously not over the age of 18, so you got to be careful with that as well. So make sure we keep things educational purposes. Don't get too crazy. And yeah, other than that, we're here to have fun. So yeah, what do we got?
Hands-on fun way.
Hands-on fun way, exactly.
Yes, we say hello to people. Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna say hello to everyone. I know we got Mac, who's excited about this. I can tell she's very excited. She's got her popcorn ready. We've got...
Hello there, Mac.
Nope, you just melted her, so she's probably gone. Farmer Leo, Kevin Hart, Miss
Farmer Leo, Kevin, Mystic.
Here's your other fan, Miss Lainey.
Hello, Lainey.
We got Jamie Sharp, Johnny, good old Johnny, Callum. Who else we got? Who else is up there? James Murray, Jaden.
Crazy's on. Hello, Crazy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Make sure you guys check out Crazy. He's back into streaming and doing videos, so make sure you check out him too. Bankai, welcome.
Bankai Live. Hello, Bankai.
So let's get on it, guys. Let's get on it. So who wants to start? Who wants to share their experiences? I know you guys have heard my experiences throughout every podcast, essentially. So
some of my experiences are staying locked behind closed doors. I'm just saying that right now.
Turn down music, yeah. Guys, by the way, normally Chloe's the one that does the streaming on this, so let me know if you need music down, any of that stuff. I literally had 5 minutes to make an overlay, because when I realized I logged into it, all my overlays from my YouTube channels were gone, so I had to remake everything. So it's all been done last minute, so that way we can make it on time. So yes, do let me know if you can't hear anyone. Do let me know if you need volumes raised, lower, whatever you prefer. Let me know how the music is now.
I would do a little bit lower than that.
A little bit lower?
A little bit, music-wise.
Is that good? Good? Music's good?
Now you see, everything we've just said there can be transferred to our topic of the day. A little bit lower. Is that good? Etc. etc.
That's our sex talk. But yeah, guys, let's get sexy. Let's just get sexy. Get into it.
Now everyone's oh God, sorry, excuse me there.
Uh-oh.
So everyone's a little bit. No, I can't lose that. But it's the only thing I've got going for me. Let's be honest. That and I've got a nice car. Everybody's different. Everyone's going to have different preferences, different things they like. Some people like bigger people, smaller people, redheads, blondes. Some people are really into accents and voices. So whether you're, a skinny little mama jamma from Texas, all the way to a big blonde Swedish lady, or some kind of like small petite little French woman, or you go to the gents, she could be a big chap. Me and Gramps are quite rotund gentlemen. I think that's safe to say.
Yep.
More cushion for the pushing, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Coochie cutters, if that's your thing.
Coochie cutters, yes. Some people like coochie cutters. Some people prefer different kind of dresses. It's all down to preference. Nobody should, make fun of that preference.
Exactly.
Unless it's absolute. Unless the preference is you must make 6 figures a year, then that's something you should probably stay away from. Because there's many songs about it. I think Kanye did one called Gold Digger. Look at me knowing pop culture.
There you go. Look at that.
Look at
That's
that.
on top of it. Love it. All right, so who wants to share first? I know, you know what, I feel like me and Zal have said a little bit about our. You guys have definitely heard. Obviously, you've heard about my stuff. You've heard about Zal's stuff. There's somebody in here though right now that hasn't shared as much.
I knew it was coming.
Hello there, little man. Tell me how the grass tastes.
Beckham.
Wow.
Beckham, the one and only. Tell us a little bit about what you want to talk about. I mean, what do you bring to the table, Beckham? What are you bringing to the table?
I don't know. What do you want to know? What do you want to hear?
Whatever. I mean,
whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
Right, yeah, I was gonna say because we can. You don't know what I want to hear. We can expose everyone today.
Yeah.
I'm bringing food. Yeah, crazy food sounds good to the table. Beckham actually wants food, so.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what to order off of Uber Eats. It's not going well.
Well, do you want seafood or sausage? Or both? Or neither?
I feel like there's a reference to that.
Maybe, perhaps.
Oh, man. How's it going, Sandsbot? How's it going, Andy? All right, Beckham, kick us off here. Kick us off.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I should have been. I knew what the topic was.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Is that what she said? Yeah.
Well, no, because being prepared comes. It's not just one person's responsibility; it's everyone's responsibility.
True.
It's very true.
Which is why me, as a 30-year-old British man, I always have a little something in my wallet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you never know.
That's true. That is true.
You never know. Gosh,
better to be prepared, right?
Well, I'm not making anyone pregnant, so or at least
willingly, at least, yeah, or intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Sal packed and ready. Yes, he is. He's packed.
Oh, Sal's always packed and ready.
He's always loaded. All right, Beckham, go ahead. What do we got?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what little bits of information I want to give.
Little bits.
I reckon Beckham likes feet.
Beckham, are you a feet?
That's a solid no.
Solid good.
No.
Good. Solid
Okay.
no. Good.
Solid no.
I don't like feet.
Yeah, me neither.
Feet are nasty. To those who do enjoy feet, you're nasty, but that's your right to be nasty.
Most common fetish in the world. Yeah, foot fetishes are very,
Is it?
very big. Yeah, it's common. It's popular.
There's good money in it. Not saying I do, but there's good money in it.
Link in
I've
bio.
got hobbit
Link in
feet.
bio. There,
so
yeah, there's the plug. Link in bio.
Link in bio.
I've got hobbit feet. I ain't about that life.
Yeah, me neither. Feet just I could never do it.
No, I mean in American size, I've got size 14 feet US.
Oof, okay.
I go to some states, they're going to call me Bigfoot, and I'm going to get shot.
Toes
Oh,
and
wow.
ketchup. Okay. We got a. Looks like we got a foot fetish. Yeah, there you got one in there. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart likes
Kevin Hart likes
toes and ketchup.
Mac. I have a cute toe, but that's all you get. Uh-oh.
Just one though.
No.
The rest of them are horrible. Just one cute toe.
One good toe.
I think cute was supposed to be big, so I have one big toe. Is what she was trying to say.
I mean, no, she's from Texas. She ain't from like Alabama or anything like that.
You're gonna piss her off.
No, I'm not. She's from Texas. She is from Texas. She is a proud Texas woman.
That's true. That's true. All right.
The Lone Star State. They do the basketballs and the footballs and the beer. That's Texas.
Proud.
And brisket. Lots of brisket.
Brisket is good though. Brisket is good. Beckham, you ready to be on the table?
I think so.
All right, go ahead. Floor is yours.
I think just ask me questions.
Ask
like you had, like not more so questions, but like yes or no.
That's a question.
I know, but it's more of like I don't know.
No, we got to get into detail. Yes or no is not pinpointing. We're not playing guess who here. It's essentially. All right, what's your type, Beckham? Beckham, what's your type? Tell us your type.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Nice, easy
If you
question.
could create your ideal
partner,
yeah, what would it be?
Okay. There's two options here. There's a lot of options, but there's two. So, blonde.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter gender-wise.
Okay.
But definitely blonde. Tall or short? Mostly tall? If it's okay. Specifically, if it's a guy, tall. If it's a woman, short.
Okay. What defines as tall? Like, how tall are you?
I'm very short. I'm 5'5".
Okay, so like a bloke
So
can be
anything
like, what, 5'8",
like
5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
So anything taller than you?
Like 6 foot. Yeah,
Whoa.
anything. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Continue.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Maybe an accent, but not like. I grew up on the East Coast, but not an East Coast accent, maybe.
What about international?
Yeah, maybe. Like English, Australian.
I'm not blonde. All right, Beckham, I'm not blonde. It's okay.
I know. English, Australian, maybe. I don't know,
English,
New Zealand, like a
Australian.
Kiwi accent? I don't know.
Kiwi accent. Okay.
Yeah, it's New Zealand, isn't it? So
Yeah.
okay, so Britain and her colonies, because we are superior and we rule the waves. Yes, very good.
Not people commenting.
Kevin
Okay.
Kevin's blonde
Blonde
Scottish and 5'9", so
Uh-oh.
I'm not on the search, you guys. I'm not on the search. It's okay.
Beckham's he's not on the search. Sorry, Kevin.
Maybe we should
He's
do
gonna
one of
break-
those blind date things one day. Match people up on the chat.
Wait, that could be interesting.
That could be interesting. Video idea for future. But anyway. All right, let's continue. What else? What else we got? So we got accents. We've got accents. We got blonde hair, tall for guy, shorter for woman. We got British, Kiwi, Australian accent. What else? What else we got going here? What about what about body shapes, curves, particular curves that you prefer?
We about them owl bottom jeans, boots of the fur,
Coochie cutters.
Yeah, apple bottom sheens for sure.
Okay.
owl bottom jeans.
Definitely
Also,
boots with the fur.
Beckham likes a booty.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. Booty's important,
Honestly, anything.
Okay.
but they got.
I'll take anything.
You'll take
I'm not
anything.
super picky when it
Sounds a
comes
little-
to that.
Sounds
I'm not
I know it's really
I'm not
bad.
looking for anything, but I will take anything.
It's fine. It's fine.
color eyes. Somebody asked eye color. Do you have a preference on eye color?
No, because I feel like no, I don't. I don't know where I was going with that, but no.
Okay. So no preference on eye color.
So we got blonde, bloke taller, girl shorter, must have a nice bottom.
Yes.
Preferably an accent, definitely not an East Coast accent.
Jeez.
Okay.
Don't want to be reminded of the childhood. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, let's go.
Well,
Let's go further. Let's go for not physicality details, but like some people glasses. Some people really are into glasses. I'm one of those people. I really quite like a lady in glasses, or a certain hat, or piercings, things like that.
I'm gonna say it's not make or break, but maybe no glasses, so that one of us can just see right off the bat. Because I don't wear contacts, I wear glasses. I'm blind without them.
You don't want the glasses to clash either if you're having a little snog, do you?
There's that.
It's like the chinking of swords. It's just lenses clashing. The strongest prescription survives.
I would definitely have the strongest prescription. I can't see. Fine.
All right, so they mustn't be blind. It's kind of ableist, but okay.
That's coming from me.
Chinking. Oh, we got Chloe in the chat.
Yeah, here's Chloe.
Chloe.
Poor
Chinking
Chloe.
of swords.
Chloe can't talk today because she's got a bad jaw.
Mm-hmm.
She says it's because she's hurt her tooth, but I've got material in here. Mert, he can suck it as well. He's from Norway. They're lovely people, the Norwegians.
All right.
In fact, I'm going to do a bit of research. I'll let you too. I'm going to do a little bit of research here.
Okay. You can do a little bit of reset.
Research.
Oh, research. Any specific profession? We're getting very detailed in here.
Yeah, I guess not really.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not.
Homeless.
I say this as someone who's unemployed right now, but maybe not but that comes with okay. Not like, I don't know how to describe this without it coming off terrible.
Just do it. Fuck it. If it comes out terrible, it comes out terrible.
Okay, so I guess not unemployed to I don't know, just maybe not unemployed, but maybe could be looking or has other forms of passive income. Where I wouldn't have to necessarily...
Is that what you're trying to say? No one lazy?
No. Where I wouldn't have to carry the both of us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want someone who has their own kind of thing going on, so it's not I feel like it's more stress if it's just one person who is making all the money. Because if you lose that one source of income, then you're kind of... But, yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Right, I knew it from somewhere. So there is a particular website which I will not say, but I'm pretty sure everyone can get to the hub of it. And they do demographics each year, and I remembered it. So certain phrases that are searched in said website, they calculate and everything else. Do you want to know what the United States most searched for terms were of 2021? So apparently, most of America has gone the way of the rising sun because hentai was the most popular pastime of pleasure for lonely people in 2021.
He's on the hub. Chloe says you're on the hub.
Am I on the hub? Not to my knowledge.
Your glasses are very reflective. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, you might be able to see the orange.
It's too bright.
There,
It's too bright.
yeah.
So.
Oh no, I'm clever.
All right. So hentai. Okay. Fair enough.
So this is the top 20 countries. For Britain, in fact, for the United Kingdom, it's lesbians. and MILFs, and then hentai. So hentai's third, but lesbians and MILFs, we're British. It's what we like. The most trending searched was lesbian scissoring. Which is interesting. In Japan, the most searched for term in Japan was Japanese. So they like their homebrew.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with a little bit of homegrown action.
No, exactly. In France, it was French, and the most trending searches. So we've got all these TikToks and things that say try not to laugh.
Right.
Well, their most trending search was try not to
Okay.
Oh,
try not to finish.
right.
Interesting.
Italy was Italiano. Trending search was sesso romantico, which I believe means romantic session.
So basically, what I'm gathering here is, besides the U.S. and the British, everybody's pretty self-conceited.
No, Mexico. Mexico's pretty strong. They're hentai as well. And their most trending search was otaku.
Okay.
So Mexicans like hentai and otaku.
Fair enough.
Canada, hentai, trending search.
So all North
amateur.
America.
North America likes hentai.
Yeah.
Germany. Let's skip Germany.
Oh.
No, I won't. So Germany's is German, and their second most searched one is Deutsch, which is German for German. And their most trending search was reaction.
Okay.
The Philippines was something called, I have no idea what that is. Pinay, Pinay. Nobody search that, please. I will do it in my own way. And trending searches were threesome Pinay. I don't know. Maybe that's a term for Filipino.
I have no idea.
Don't know. Brazil hentai trending search Naruto.
Huh.
Very specific.
The Brazilians like a bit of Naruto play.
Okay.
Spain hentai. Trending search was maduras, which means mature. Oh, we're getting a Jimbo raid. Thank you, Jimbo. Appreciate the raid. Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys subscribe. We're here doing actually, Chloe's in the chat, but she's not here with us today because she's not feeling well, unfortunately. Not able to speak. So we're here with the one and only Big Daddy Zell, taking her spot for today, as we do a little sexual podcast, essentially. Sexual podcast.
Sexual podcast. All right. Let's go.
Oh, man. Sweet.
Where was I? Australia is hentai. Trending search is MILF amateur. The Australians know what they like. Poland. The most searched one was Polska, which obviously means Polish.
Poland, yeah.
And the trending search was something in Polish, wielki dupy, which means big ass.
Okay.
So I can relate with the Poles on that one.
Okay.
Ukraine's on here.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
Ukraine's on here, and their most searched term is sex.
Oh, okay.
And their most trending search, I cannot pronounce Relic. It is close up.
Okay.
Followed by cuckold, which is okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. The Netherlands, they like MILFs the most. And they look like...
And what?
Their most trending search is Turkish porno.
Oh, wow. Johnny wants to know what's Ireland. How's it going, MJM?
If Ireland's on here, I'll tell you. Argentina, the most searched term for is Argentina because they can only think of themselves. And the most trending search is Glory Hole, followed by Trans, MILF, Naruto. They really like Naruto in South America. Colombia, most searched term of last year was hentai. Most trending search was trans.
Okay. Okay.
Russia, most search term was Russian. Trending search was big boobs.
All right.
Sweden, most search term of that was Swedish, followed by MILF, followed by Svensk, which is Swedish, and then Joy, which I don't know what it is. Most trending searches is female glory hole. There is a lot of glory hole there, and finish on belly. Okay, Sweden, good on you.
Is it Joy as in JOI?
Yeah, JOI.
Jerk off instructions.
Oh, okay. I like you know that way, but it's not in capitals, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a Swedish word.
Sure. This
Oh,
is
could okay, fine. Jerk off instructions. Chile, again, South America. Most searched MILF, and then
Gramps.
I'm afraid to say this one because it says a word which to me means chicken.
Oh.
Let's skip that.
No.
Yeah, maybe not that one.
Jordi El Nino Pola.
Jordi?
So, I don't know. Jordi El Nino Pola.
POLLO, like pollo?
No, Polla.
Oh.
Pola.
That sounds like a name.
Possibly.
It could be.
Oh wait,
porn-
it is.
could be a
Yes,
porn star's
it
name.
is. It is. Yes, it's next to the one Jordi El Nino Pola. She is a star. That makes me feel so much better that she's not to do with chickens.
I'm not eating, Kevin. I'm not eating KFC again.
What do they think to make the gravy so special? Yes, and that's the top. That's the 20. So they only do the top 20. So Ireland's not in the top 20, Johnny. Sorry about that.
Oof.
As usual, they're always a little bit behind.
Chloe and
Talking of little behinds,
where are we going?
I like
with
this one. Oh, I don't know. Where do you want to go with the little?
Oh, I
behind?
didn't know. I thought you were going to call someone out right now.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
whoa.
making references. Little
Oh.
behind, small bottom. I mean, I like big bottoms.
Oh, I think we had some questions. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Chloe in sync with what? Oh, she put JOI question mark when I asked you. I didn't see her put it, but
Oh,
when I asked you if that's what it was, Chloe has a question. Do you have any experience with cuckolding?
do I? No.
Anybody, I guess. Me, no. I have never. I mean, I don't have a relationship, so for me, it's kind of hard to even have a connection to
I am
watch somebody.
single,
but-
and I've never been involved in anything to do with cuckolding, even if I was intimate with someone.
And then,
Share love.
was it Beckham? I don't know if you had, you don't want to share or whatever, but no, nothing.
No, I have not been involved in that kind of situation before.
Okay. All right. Has anybody in the chat been involved in any type of cuckolding? See who the freaks are out there. There's probably some.
That they're happy and willing to admit to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Chloe said yes. Chloe has been.
Okay.
Laney said nope.
Brittany said, guys, only 32 likes, technically only 22, and there's 38 people in the chat. I'm no maths whiz, but that doesn't add up. Please smash that like button, clap your hands, and show your support. Love face. I'm going to take that as a no for cuckolding.
I'm gonna take it as a no as well.
Kevin Hart's got the silent zip up emoji, so doesn't want to share. So that can easily be translated to a possible
Yeah.
yes.
Or no, he just doesn't want
no.
to talk about it, which is
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
Zell even sexier in real life, Jimbo.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy boy.
What's
thank you.
cuckolding mean? Cuckolding is essentially where you watch your partner have
Intimate relations with
Intimates,
another while you watch and do nothing but enjoy the watching. It's also can be used as a form of degradation, humiliation, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I just saw what Nolan put, and it just made me realize what he meant. He put Will Smith. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. All right. Well, we got Beckham's, so why don't we just go around the room? Let's see what. So Zal, what's your type? We got Beckham's type. So
what's my type? Okay,
Zal, what's your type?
I mean, classically, redheads have always tickled my taste buds. I've always liked a good redhead, but I can appreciate all hair colors, but redheads specifically have a soft place in my heart. I like a full figure. I like, there's the hourglass shape, there's the pear bottom, apple bottom. I'm definitely more of a junk of a chunk kind of guy. You could be part of the Itty Bitty City Committee or the Big Bazooka Boys Club. They're fun, don't get me wrong. Great fun. But I'm definitely a bum man than a boob man. Eye color, it does vary. I like big blue eyes, like really big blue eyes, green eyes. Hazel as well. I like something that's either like pure shining or something that's like a nice mix of mystery, that kind of thing. Eyes are the way to the soul. I'm a sucker for a good eyes. I like legs. I'm definitely a lower half kind of guy. Legs are good, not feet. Don't care about feet. They can stay away. Keep your socks on. But I like a nice pair of legs, which is why I like going to the Netherlands, because there's just legs for days. And then what else? I like glasses myself, as I said earlier. That's a nice little thing. But I like people who are playful. I like the whole flirty thing. And little gestures, little things, a little bite of the lip, a little hand to the mouth, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. To me, that's just like saying, I'm in the mood, I want to play, and there's a test that most adults know these days, where you can put in lots of preferences and it gives you a sheet of what you are, and I'm definitely one. For the hunt of it, so I am. I like to go on the hunt. I like to have to work for it. I don't.
100%.
Come
I'm the same way. 100%.
Shut up, Chloe.
Yeah, I've
never even seen your friend Shannon, so I don't know what you're on about. Yes, that's the one. Primal. I am Primal.
Nice.
But yeah, just like so, and I like openness. I like willingness to try things and all sorts. So, an open mind. But yeah, moving swiftly on. What about you, Mr. Dr. Legend?
We're pretty similar. Obviously, we've talked about this, but for me, I mean, redhead is nice. I prefer brunette. It doesn't have to be red. I mean, I just like darker hair. I'm not keen on the blondness like style of it. I don't know. I prefer darker hair shades, so brunette, redhead would definitely fall into it. In terms of body, just like you, I'm more of I definitely 100% an ass guy. I don't care as much about the boob side of things. I just saw that. I don't care as much about the boob side, big, small, doesn't matter to me as much. Either way, can make them work, have fun with it. I like tattoos. I'm a sucker for tattoos. The piercings, I'm not big on like piercings in the right spots. Something about piercings in like the right spots are just hot. Like tongue piercing, definitely go for it.
Nipple?
I can go for that.
Yeah, I could go for a nipple.
Nipple piercing, can go for it.
I've had a friend, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's just come into my mind. He was dating this lass who had ear stretchers.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, well, she was really into it, and she wanted him to
put her. Yeah, no, I can't.
Use a certain thing in her ear stretched holes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
When he told me that, I just couldn't look at him the same way because he did it quite happily. I was just like, my God, man.
Yeah, no, for me it can't. But yeah, I mean, legs, love legs. And just like you, I'm primal. I if it's easy, I just get turned off. You could be a 10 of a 10, you know, the hottest girl at the club, and if it's easy and there's no hunt, no chase, and there's a 7 right next to you, and there was a chase for that 7, I'm going home with the 7. I'm not going home with a 10. It's just I can't. Something about it. Jimbo said something interesting though. Type is nonsense in my opinion. Can't help you're attracted to. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
I do agree with that. But you can still have preferences.
Correct.
Like there's some ladies I've been quite attracted to who feel none of that. I don't want to say criteria, but my typical likes, my typical go-fors.
Yeah. I mean, this is essentially if I could build myself the perfect partner, this is what I would have on that partner type thing. Not necessarily what I would go for. If she's blonde, she's blonde. And if I'm attracted, I will go. And I have before. Chloe can attest to that. I'm pretty sure some of the pictures I've sent her, one was a blonde actually. It's just a matter of if I had the preference, then that's what I would go to. Chloe can attest to most things. Yes, she can. Chloe knows everything about everyone. Which I don't know is a good thing or not. If Chloe ever gets kidnapped, we'd all have to go find her. So otherwise, all our secrets are going to be out.
I mean, she's my friend. I'd go help out anyway, and I'd bring some serious cutlery with me.
Cutlery.
Serious cutlery.
I'll bring my knowledge of how to use that cutlery and where to use it.
Yeah. See, that science experiment right there. So, well, I'm going to hit him with this here. And you go, no, you should do it there. But if I do it here, they'd give up very quickly.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm not saying my preferences here ever. All right, Mert, why don't you go ahead and join Podcast Q and let's get your preferences out of you, or anybody. And your preferences can be anything. Like you said, we're not here to judge or anything. It's what your preferences are. So join Podcast Q. Whoever wants to share what their preferences are. Lainey, get your butt in here. Obviously, we know deep voices is one of your things. So, but let's hear more. And then anybody else, whoever wants to join Podcast Q, just join the Podcast Q. Beckham will drag you up. And then we'll go from there. We want to hear what are your preferences. Not saying this is what's your only thing you'll go for, but obviously, if you could build yourself the perfect partner physically, and even personality-wise, if you want to go into personality-wise, who would you create, or what would you look for in that person? Legend, how about no?
No.
How about yes?
Come on, do it.
Do it, Mert.
Do it,
Mert.
Do it, Mert. Do it, Mert. You have Viking blood in your ancestry flowing through your veins.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Oh look, it's Little Miss Lockjaw.
Oh
look, it's Mr. Lockjaw.
Oh,
Hi, let's do it.
how's it going? Are you here to describe your perfect woman, or is this what you're here for?
Oh, my perfect woman just joined before me.
Has she got a
that
knife
was
to
a
you
good
right
response.
Oh, look at that!
I'm editing, actually.
now? No, I know.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yes, the story of how these two met were very cute.
It was. If you haven't, it's on a previous episode. I think that episode is already on the podcast. I think it was the first episode, actually.
The first message Elite ever sent Chloe always has me in stitch.
Oh, you don't be calling me out like that.
I mean, that's
what makes you think she hasn't told me, my mate?
Because I know what first one was. Actually, it's not that bad. Is it about that tech support thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's not that bad. No,
it's not bad at all. Let's not talk about it.
You can't half say something and then expect
I
everyone
thought
in
you was
chat right now
talking
to
about the
not want
first
to
time I
know.
saw you.
No. That's not going on YouTube. No.
What's his tech support pickup line?
So basically, all it was, our because obviously when I sort of work, I work silly hours, don't I? I'm going to bed at like fucking 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So everyone gets some stupid messages from Facebook what go straight to your requested messages like, whatever milfs in your area. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they never turn up, but they always take my money.
wow. But yeah, now
Nice.
fucking. I think I messaged Chloe, and then she replied, and I'm like, I think I said something. I'm sure I said like, "Are you a text?" Do you know what I mean? I'm like, "Are you like a tech support scam or some shit?" Why are you up at this time?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty much it.
I mean,
That's funny.
humor is a great icebreaker. It's
It
like,
is. It
hey,
is.
how are you? I mean, when I'm on dating apps occasionally because I'm single, I send someone matches me, I say potato, and she goes, "Why would I say potato?" I said, you said it's good. Skynet doesn't know about potatoes. It's just to make sure they're not a spam bot or an AI or a scam or anything like that. So,
Fair enough.
and generally it gets a good
Interesting.
laugh, and that's where the interaction starts.
Interesting. You got anybody else, Beckham, waiting in queue?
Nope.
Wow, where are you guys? Nobody wants to share their perfect match? Come on.
Do you want to know my type?
What's
Well,
your type?
yeah, he entered in after
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. That's what I was just saying in the chat. Like Jimbo was saying that who he
Wow.
ended up marrying. No, you know this. That who he ended up marrying isn't necessarily what he would have put in his like dating app filters. You fall for who you fall for, and that's it, regardless of anything.
Right.
So like for
That's
me,
a very good comeback.
yeah, and you know this that like I've never really been with white men. And then, what do you do though? You read my past.
That's okay. We know he can't jump, so
White man can't jump.
white men can't jump.
So yeah, my typical type, like ideal world, was always. Growing up, I always said I was going to marry a black Irish man with green eyes when I was little, like a little girl, like 5-year-old up. That was what I always said.
A black Irishman.
With green eyes, yeah, that was like my ideal. And then it changed and it moved to like Vikings and lumberjacks. But yeah, like 6'5", built like a brick shit house, chopping trees down with one swing. Like, yeah, that.
Like that TikTok video?
Yeah, like Thor.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Elite, you better start swinging that axe around.
I'll teach
Yeah.
you, mate. I'll teach
I'm
you.
6 foot and built like a brick shit house. I'm alright.
There you go.
He does actually have an axe that he has for airsoft.
Yep, but I can teach him to use a real axe.
I've got
There you
one
go.
for you. I nearly fucking chinned Chloe yesterday out there before.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
did.
here we go. So
Right,
you
fuck
really
it.
chinned your partner with an axe.
Nearly fucking full on whacked her in the face as much as I could. Right?
While screaming "fuck off" in my face.
Is that why her
In
name
bed.
is?
That's out of context so
In bed.
much.
What the hell?
Right, so
I'm like,
right,
wow, okay.
Listen now, let's take a step back. That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah.
Right, so I've gone to bed early. I felt shit. I'm tired. I've had enough. I'm going to bed. Right.
Uh-huh.
So not like in a bad way. I was just
Which,
generally
can I
tired.
just say, he normally has a tantrum if I'm like watching a film and he says, "Can we go to bed?" and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm not tired yet." He will have a tantrum and
Yeah.
refuse to go to bed without me normally. So you know
Yeah.
he's not well if he goes to bed before me.
Oh yeah, you're like his teddy bear. So
Yeah, basically, I've got to climb all over it. Anyway, listen, right? I've got in bed. I'm fucking shattered. I'm like put at a point where I'm like dropping to sleep on my phone. So I've nodded off. I've gone. I don't know. A couple hours later, Chloe's come up to give me a cuddle and give me a kiss and get her in bed. I turn around. I'm like, "You better fuck off!" and with my fist. I thought someone were breaking into the house or about to chin her.
Wow.
I mean, do people who regularly
God,
break into your house and try and give you a cuddle and kiss in bed?
Well, you've seen where I've come from and where I am now.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair
Do you know
enough.
what I mean?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Literally, all I did, I sat on the side of the bed, leant forward to put my phone on charge, and then turned around to give him a kiss while he was asleep. And he just like opened his eyes so wide, staring into my soul, and was like, "Fuck off!" Like, whoa.
Okay,
I
now
was just gonna kiss you.
now there's some context. Elite was in fight or flight mode, and obviously he was in fight mode. He probably didn't realise it was you. He was
Oh man,
literally
I'd have
just
jumped.
happened to
Honest to
consciousness.
God, do you know if that was someone breaking in, I'd have stood up with me. Well, I had no clothes on, so everything's out. Do you know what I mean? Fucking everything's
Yeah.
out. I'd have scared piss out on them. I'd have pissed on them, and then I'd beat them up.
Why would you pissed on him.
I don't know, fucking.
Intimidation factor.
Exactly.
Mark
It's
the
like,
territory.
can you imagine it? You're about to have a straight up fucking scrap with someone, and then they get naked.
Yeah.
I think I'd run away from Miss if I did
Oh
that.
yeah, nobody
Yeah,
wants to
it's-
fight a naked guy.
Just a
No,
run
no,
away
no,
from
just
pull
him
down your
naked.
pants.
There's only very few things to grip hold of if you're fighting a naked person.
Fucking hell.
Oh man, that's awesome.
As someone who has had a full-on fight, buck ass naked. Back in me
Story
youth
time?
days.
I said, is there a story time?
It's a story time. I'm an ex-soldier. We did all sorts of crazy shit.
Soggy biscuit.
No, that's sailors.
What
We
the
had
fuck?
You sound like soggy biscuit.
no. That's
So he just played it with
sailors.
himself.
No, I was going to say, what kind of biscuit would you use? I don't know.
Wanks on a
Maybe.
digestive.
Oh, is it just standard digestive? Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, no. But we just had a. There was. We were young, so we were around 17, 18. It's drilled into your head. You are the best, etc., etc. Your section is the best. Your troop is the best. The troop you share a barracks with, who was separated by one single door, they're absolute shit, etc., etc. And it boils over. And they came into our dorm. They came into and started smacking us with all sorts of shit. And a bunch of us slept naked. We get up, just started pummeling the shit out of them with no clothes on. The worst bit though is when we were the section commanders caught everyone and made everyone stand by their beds. No time to put your pants on, anything like that. So half of us just stood there completely buck-ass naked, out of tension, etc. All out in glory. It was fucking hilarious looking back at it.
Stood there naked at attention, was she then? Playing
Yes.
soggy biscuit.
Right, you need to turn your fanfic off, Chloe, okay? Your man's here. Right.
Damn it, for God's sake.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah, as I said, there's lots of things you can do in that kind of situation. But we're not talking about fighting, we're talking about loving. So
Yes, loving. Oh, how's it going, Jamie? All right, who do we got? We got anybody in queue? I can't see, Beckham. You're the eyes.
There's
waiting
nobody.
room. Nobody?
Where's everybody at? What the
I
heck?
don't know. Everyone's afraid to talk.
It's a
I mean,
Sunday.
it's an adult subject, isn't it? It's
That's
for very
true.
mature people. Oh no,
Oh.
here's Bob. Oh,
Got
Yeah,
Bob
Bob.
in
man.
the waiting room.
Get Bob in here.
Bring Bob in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, here's moved.
Yeah, they're gonna be in waiting room because podcast queue I think is really moving. Let's join waiting room.
Back in a bit, lads.
Bobby, Bob, Jimbo.
Let me make sure he has the role.
Yeah, you might need that. So this is the part of the podcast where Jimbo professes his love for me, and I have to turn him down.
Oof.
As
Wow.
much as I respect and love him back, it just wouldn't work. Great talk, Bob. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
Wow.
But
Sorry.
Is he the role?
What role does he need? Just a studio role, or
Backstage pass.
can you unmute Bob?
oh, he has it.
Bob.
All right. Well, we'll wait for Bob to come to life there. That's okay. A lot of men of
He
his
may
age
have to leave and come back because he got the role afterward.
That's true. But a lot of men his age have performance anxiety, can't quite get up to the mark. So that's absolutely fun. And that's something we can educate people on as well.
I'm older than him. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know how old Bob is. I'm just taking a
I
guess.
think you're older than him.
Well,
So
shit.
I don't know if you
Young-
want to say that.
some younger men suffer with performance anxiety, especially in front of crowds. You know.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bob's 28, 29, so I think we're older than him, so I don't know if we want to go that route. Oh, man. Bob, if you hear me, you're going to have to leave and come back if you can't talk or unmute. Ouch, that's wrong, Zal. I see how you are. Oof, I think you struck
What's
a
wrong?
chord.
What? I don't
So
know.
it looks
I
like
don't
you
know.
struck a chord with Mr. Joe
Ah.
Brizu.
Hey, it's Bob.
There he is.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry, Bambino's going. Sorry, I do not have performance problems, and that's right. You've got my age bang on. I love you. I love you both. So thank you. You're exactly accurate with my age. You're totally accurate. Good work. Good work.
No worries, no worries.
28 is bang on the money. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got it
yeah.
right.
Awesome, awesome.
Oh, so that's what you meant by babies. I thought you were calling me babes. Like,
No. I was calling you babes. So was I was calling you babes,
Oh,
but
okay.
you're unfortunately incorrect on my age. But I will not correct you. But needless to say, you're some years out.
I'm only 2 years out, you cheeky sod. I'm only 30.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm much younger. Oh, yeah, much younger. I'm much younger. I'm fucking over 40, you bollocks.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew I was
Oh,
right. I knew he
Oh.
was older than us.
Married with 3 children. Very happily married with 3 beautiful children, yeah. Nearly fucking 10 years married this year, for fuck's sake, yeah.
What was that? Well, happy 10 years.
Yeah,
Thank you,
happy
thank
anniversary to you and Mrs. Bob.
I'm a big immature idiot. That's what the problem is. That's why you think I'm younger.
Man's got a point.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. The problem is. You're only as young as the woman you're feeling. And my wife is much younger than me. So,
So you did
I'm
it
sure
right.
too much.
But how old is she?
Exactly. I'm younger. Yeah. Considerably younger. But as I said, yeah, I did not find my wife was not in the filter. Like, I was in a relationship for a long time, a fucking crazy one, and got out of it. And my wife was not in any of the search filters for types of women I was looking for. And she found me and sent me a message. And I went, this lady sounds like a absolute idiot. And turned out to be a big enough idiot. And 10 years later, we're happily aged together.
Nice. She found you, huh?
Yeah.
Is she regretting it now?
Yeah. What's that? She regrets it most days. So she does. Most days she's on to her friends, telling everyone what a fucking shame it is.
I
Out of the
accidentally
years
sent the
to
message
live
to the
her
wrong
woman's life.
account and I could have felt bad.
This
Hey,
fucker
Bob,
wouldn't
I'm gonna
leave me
come for
alone.
that pig, mate. I'm gonna eat that fucking pig.
You come and get him. You come and get him. I want to have you a game of airsoft, so do you bring that fucking axe out? I'll show you how to use the axe.
Oh, now we're talking my language.
Yeah. Do you play airsoft as well, Sal?
No, but I don't imagine it'd be very hard for me to do.
You're but doing the ex squaddy that doesn't. There's a lot of ex squaddies that play that game, so there's an awful lot of
Yeah.
ex.
Well, I moved away from firearms to pole arms. So
Yes. Well, no, those are not firearms. They're pea shooters
Yeah.
with plastic around them.
well, no, exactly. Whereas me holding a handle going hit if I get tapped by a BB, or me laying down on the floor because someone's just taken the wind out of me by smacking me with an axe haft. I prefer that.
Yeah. They take their hits with the axe, though. They take their hits with the axe.
Yeah, but my axe is made of steel.
Well, definitely take their hit. Listen, I'll let these boys get on with your Saucy's podcast. Thank you very much for letting me in there.
Yeah, no worries.
No
Thank you for
problem,
joining.
Bob.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
You too.
Right.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So who's got
we
questions?
have
we have someone. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we have Kingers in queue. He would like to talk about his perfect match.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hi.
Kingers baby, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Very
Good.
well, very well.
So
All
you're
right.
Here to talk about your perfect match.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
So we actually met on Tinder 4 years ago. So dating app success story for once.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And we're getting married in October.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I am gay, so I do have a male fiance, which is kind of not common where
mean-
I'm from.
If you are gay, I hope they'd be your male fiance.
Well, hey, I don't judge.
Fucking Elsa.
Fair enough. I'm just saying.
Oh,
That is
goodness.
how I say about my brother, though. When I say about my brother that's gay, who's married to his husband, who's also a gay man.
You have to be really specific.
You got to be really specific. But yeah, everyone has their own tastes, honestly. Like, you guys were talking about it earlier, what you guys like. I don't really have any specific things that I like. As long as you have a good personality and you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, that's me out then, isn't it?
You're not an asshole, Zal.
Oh, you don't know me well enough yet. No, I'm kidding. I'm a lovely guy.
Everyone I've talked to about you says you're a big teddy bear, so.
Someone disagreed with that statement wholeheartedly.
I think it was Elite.
It was elite.
I left the chat entirely.
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
Goodness.
That's fair. No, personality is probably the biggest point. You can have physical attractions, but if they've got the personality of a wet blanket, then, you know, if they've got no drive, if they're just, I don't like to say the word, but not in a sexual way, but in a personality way, boring.
Yeah.
Then, you know, different strokes, different folks.
I could not stand being with somebody who does nothing but sit there and doesn't have intelligent conversation and that kind of stuff. If you can't talk to each other, what's the point?
Exactly, and it could be talking about anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I saw a bird on the way to work. Oh, what kind of bird? That kind of thing. Or what you're going to do to him later when you're alone and Barry Manilow's playing, you know.
And that's the thing. He's literally my best friend, has been my best friend for 4 years, and we tell each other everything. Nothing is secret between us. And exactly, like, sometimes he'll just text me. He's like, I just saw a really cute bunny. I'm like, okay.
It's something, isn't it? He's involving you with his day. He's like, I just
Yeah,
saw this and
exactly.
I wanted to share
The
that
little
with you.
things.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of hard sometimes because right now he's working nights, I work days, which is how it's been for like the past year and a half almost. So that's why I have a lot of gaming time now.
I'm always happy to see you on duty, so.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I like competence. But no, that's a very beautiful story. I'm very happy for you. What's your partner's name?
His name's John.
I'm very happy for you and John. Hi, John. You'll probably never see this, but Big Daddy approves. You look after my mate. Good lad.
Incredible.
You got double J's, huh?
Yeah, double J's.
Double
Jared and
J's.
John.
Jared and John. Look at that. Double J's.
Yep. But so yeah, we're getting married in October, so we're finishing all the final touches and whatnot. That's always fun. I'm ripping my hair out, and he's just kind of, okay, yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
So it's very much a stress versus non-stress kind of way about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
We got all these people. We got Kevin Hart, unlost a 9-year relationship, except for Got to Love and Talk. Come join. Come share. You know, everyone wants to talk about like the perfect relationship, the perfect story. Sometimes when you look at, you know, just like you are right now, looking back at what went wrong in 9 years, you know, that goes a long way of helping people and giving them advice as well. Bankai, you going on 12 years now. Feel free to join. Lady, I know you're saying you're single, but I'm sure, you know, any past relationships that you've had that, you know, what made you come out of them? What made you say, this is why I'm single, or this is why, why do you think you're single? What do you think causes that? So even the people that are single, come on in, everybody join. This is the chance to get this, get the advice that you want, get the answers to the question. You know, it's always, you know, people feel afraid, and I get it. It's a tough subject to talk to people, especially if you're on the single boat and stuff like that. But you know, I think it goes a long way to ask your peers for help, because there are people in here obviously with successful stories. Like, you got Jimbo, 10 years. You got Kingers here, who's now going on 4 years and about to be married soon. You got Bankai going on 12 years. You got MJM saying they're going on 14 years. These are people that can obviously help answer and say what succeeded in their relationships. Not saying it's going to succeed in yours, but it's always good to get some type of viewpoints and get different viewpoints, because you may learn something that, like, you know what, this is right. It goes a long way. So definitely jump in the queue. Or the waiting room. As I've been told, the queue is not accessible. That's why people aren't able to join that. So join the waiting room on top of that, and then we'll move you in to the podcast.
What do we think of innuendo?
What about it? Like
Oh, do
sexual
we like
innuendos?
innuendo? Well, like anything you could make suggestive. So, I drive a Land Rover, right? So I can say things like, "Oh, I love nothing more than getting covered in oil and having my hand on a nice hard tool as I work away to and use like plenty of lubricant and whatnot." And that's just me changing a gasket, for fuck's sake. So,
I mean, isn't that where half the PD quotes come from? From like innuendos, taken out of
pretty much.
context.
absolutely taken out of context, but things like that.
I mean, I find them fun. I find them enjoyable.
Yeah. What about you, Kings?
Everybody needs a laugh, and those are a really good source of comedy when you're not feeling very good sometimes. It's just scrolling through the PD quotes in our Redline PD Discord puts a smile on my face every time I do.
I've got a few dodgy ones in there, I must admit.
I think I had one where it was like, "Daddy does not approve" or something. That was said to me because I left my lights on a Caprice in the parking lot.
It was "You have disappointed Daddy."
Yeah, you've disappointed Daddy, or something
He
like
is
that.
disappointed in you.
Oh, joys. This is while I'm booking someone, trying to keep a straight face, booking this criminal. Just sitting there, they're like looking at me like, "Why are you laughing?" No.
I'm a criminal here. You're supposed to be arresting me. Be serious. And all the time you've got me there going,
Daddy's not.
Daddy's not happy with you.
What's the whistling sound I keep hearing? Not sure.
Might be my washing machine in the background.
That might be it. There you go. Discode 3 HSE 2007.
Yeah, that's my Land Rover.
Okay.
Just scrolling through a few. I'll drain you from Jason.
Oh wow.
What else? I like him fresh. Cam Carter.
I remember when I was doing dispatch, but I was also eating at the same time, so I was hungry. And Tigo had to take over it, and I said, "Thanks, my mouth was full of meat."
Nice.
Definitely on purpose, though, that one.
Nice.
Nice.
Where's everyone? Come on, I'm seeing all these stories in here. It's hard to read your stories in the chat and keep up and try to get everybody when we can have you in here and interact live. Washing machine have a turbo on it? Yeah. Twin turbos.
On my washing machine.
Yeah, it's really high pitched. It could be a turbo.
Yeah, it's Land Rover powered, that's why. It's diesel.
Yeah, yeah.
Diesel washing machine.
There you go.
Oh wow.
Good UK made stuff.
Absolutely. You know, I only have to change the oil every 3 rotations.
Rotation.
How do I get in? Kevin Hart, just go to the Discord. You should see a room called Waiting Room. It's right above where you should see us in the studio. And then as soon as you join there, we will get you the role and pull you in. Beckham will pull you in.
We do have someone in the waiting room.
Oh, we do?
We
I
do,
think
but
Amar's in there.
I wouldn't pull them.
Was
I don't
it?
think their mic is
No?
working.
Who is it?
Eco?
You could try pulling them. Just give them the role, pull them in. If they're not talking, we can...
I think Amar's sorted them out.
Okay.
Your bouncer.
My admin. Or
Yeah, your
15-year-old
bouncer.
admin. 15-year-old bouncer.
Yeah, the one who said, "I need to me, to Big Daddy's I said, I need proof you subscribed." And I was like, I mean, sure, yeah, fine, fair enough.
Oh,
He's honest.
Then the boss waved his hand to it. No, that was okay.
You better be subscribed, Zal.
Definitely.
I mean, at this point, he's at this point, he's already he's a resident on the podcast. He has to be subscribed.
Yeah, I live here now.
I live here now.
This is every Sunday. How's it going, Almighty?
Okay.
Is
I'm
Al
gonna
fan?
move.
Hello, Almighty.
Going.
All right. How's it going?
Howdy, howdy.
Go.
Oh, maybe Mike's not fixed. Did you give him the roll? Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Unmuted.
There we go. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
How's it going, Nico?
Doing pretty good. Just another day in paradise.
Yeah, this is
Another day in
paradise.
paradise.
Listen, sweet and spicy is always paradise.
That is true.
2 hours of your day where you're in a judgment-free zone and you get to talk about whatever the hell you want and have nobody care about it. Let it out. What do you got? What do you got for us?
I don't know. Oh, shoot. It's hard for me to describe who my perfect partner would be.
Mhm.
Because honestly, I just got out of a relationship like a couple months ago,
Okay.
and I've been in a relationship for almost 3 years. I was shy of 1 month for being 3-year anniversary.
Okay.
I don't know how y'all feel about this.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I don't know how y'all feel when you're in a relationship and then y'all break up. Because for me, once that I was single again, I was like, how do I talk to other girls or other people? Because now I'm so
Been out of the game
lost.
for
Because
3
I got so
years.
used to having,
Yeah.
I was just having.
I
I'm used
mean-
to being around someone all the time, and it's like,
So
gotta start from square one.
yeah, no, I get that, and I've heard that a lot. Where people, when you are in a longer relationship, that's something that's 3 years long. That's a long time of your life. You've been out of the game. You're not talking, or you shouldn't be talking to anybody else or trying to talk to anybody else. It's not always the case, but for the most part, especially if you are, it's people get comfortable, right? You start to get comfortable. You lose that edge. I think the biggest thing is. I don't know if this is true because like I said, I don't do relationships. I did one.
Right.
I think we set ourselves into a vulnerable state, right? I think we begin to lose confidence. We feel more comfortable with other people, and you start getting to a phase where it's like your confidence is dropping because you don't need that confidence anymore because this person is with you, that you love them, and you're hoping this is the one. And I think that's the biggest thing because when you get out of that relationship, it's, hey, how do I become confident to go back into a new relationship? Or how do I become confident to talk to someone else? Or how do I talk to someone else? And I think that's what it is just being confident. There's no fear. The worst answer you're going to get is no.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Or they're not going to be interested, right? That's the number one step. If you can't talk to a girl or get into another relationship with a girl until you talk to them.
Exactly.
No.
Go
And
ahead.
one thing I learned from this relationship is you get so comfortable, you start making excuses despite how bad the relationship could be. You're so comfortable, and I'll use this term, nobody has the balls to end the relationship, and then you just get stuck on that relationship. Because I don't know if that's happened to y'all for that.
Yeah, it's stagnant. You get complacent. That's the thing. Now, that is definitely a you thing. If you become complacent in a relationship, there are things you can try. You can go back to what you used to do when you first started. You can try something new, like go to a new restaurant. Just take someone out. One of the most important pieces of advice I would give anyone, though, who is single and is looking for someone is do not change for you. Change you for you. Don't change for someone else, and don't let someone else change you. Because at the end of the day, if you want a relationship, if you want someone to love you for you, and that goes the same for yourself. Love yourself for yourself. Don't let them change you and fall in love with what they have created. I have been in I've been in lots of serious relationships, and I say that, and I've been in some, and I don't change for people. I will change myself to better myself. If there's something about myself I don't like, I will change it. But that is for me. Whether in hope that they accept that change or not. Like when I took up my Viking stuff, person I was with at the time initially thought, oh yeah, dead sexy, running around screaming, blah blah blah, beard, axes, etc., etc. And then they watched me train, and they did not like that at all. and they want me to stop, and I was loving it. I was really enjoying it. I went, no, I'm not going to stop because it makes me feel good. I'm enjoying it. And yeah, and then she left me because I refused to change for her. So she said, well, it's either that or me. And I went, bye.
Hey.
So yeah, that's something I'd say.
No, I agree. I think that's the number one thing is we do. A lot of times I see what I see in a relationship is people become people become the person that they see their partner wanting them to be, if that makes sense. That's what you try to become because you're trying to make these relationships work. People say relationships work on compromises and stuff like that. To an extent, it depends on what your compromise is,
And they can work, but yeah, then you start compromising everything just so
Once
they
you
can
start
be
compromi-
okay.
right. Then that's what it is. Once you start the compromising phase, I feel like everybody just keeps compromising, and that becomes a solution to all things, right? You can't fix a problem by temporarily putting, can't fix a leak by temporarily putting tape on it. It's going to keep leaking. The leak is going to be there. The hole's going to be there. The hole isn't going to fill up because you just put tape on it. Now the tape might fall off, and then you just put more tape on it. Then it falls off. You put on more tape on it. At the end of the day, that hole is still going to be there until you fix the pipe, right? You fix the whole pipe, and that's.
I'm a role play, everyone.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. It's essentially, instead of finding that tape to fix the pipe, just replace the pipe. And I'm not saying replace the relationship, but you need to find there should be no compromising in terms of personalities and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, you chose this person based on their personality and stuff. Yes, there might be things that you learn about this person. Like, for example, there may be bad habits that you learn about this person afterwards and stuff. You can suggest it and say, hey, look, I care about your health. And let's say someone smokes. I care about your health. It's obviously bad for you. I would like you to stop if you can. You can suggest it. There's nothing wrong with suggesting it, right? But if that person is used to it, and, people that smoke will tell you it's different. It's hard to just. A lot of people use it for stress.
I smoke.
People use it for stress. They use it for anxiety. People use it. It's a mechanism for some. Is it healthy?
Yeah.
No, it's not. But not everything is. There's a lot
It's an
worse.
addiction as well.
It is.
That's the thing.
Nicotine
nicotine
is very highly addictive, and it's not just a quick snap your fingers. It's done. But at the same time, someone may look at it and be like, you know what, you're right. And they appreciate the fact that you do care for their health and that you do want them to quit smoking. But instead of, hey, quit smoking, work on it, right? Maybe cut it down to, if you're someone that's smoking 2 packs a day, every 2 to 3 days, maybe cut it down to a pack a day. Maybe get into vaping.
A pack a day.
Or not a pack a day. Well, yeah, 2 packs a day to a 1 pack a day. It's cutting it down.
Well, yeah. I used to smoke 2 packs a day when I was enlisted. I came out and I continued smoking 2 packs a day, but didn't keep up with the fitness regime. I also knackered my ankles, so that was another reason I couldn't. But I kept smoking the same amount, and to the point I was an absolute wheezing mess. And I've cut down. I moved on to tobacco, rolling tobacco, and 30-gram pouch lasts me about a week. I've quit smoking before, and I've restarted smoking. It's just how it goes. But if I wanted to quit, the only one that can make me stop is me.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's that person's choice, and it's accepting that. When you go to change a person, the relationship right there is already turning sour, and forcing someone to change or giving them the options of. Or being toxic and saying it's either you change or this is not going to work, blah blah. You're backing someone into a corner, and that's when you force people to change, and that's when relationships are not happy. At that point, you're just settling. So the biggest thing is just in any relationship is you speak together, but you respect each other's decisions. It's all about respect. We talked last week about peace, the difference of peace and having respect of opinions. You're never going to get peace because there's always going to be some type of clash to some type of ideology. But if you can respect each other's decisions or their thoughts, there won't be that, you know, violence or physical violence to it, because you're respecting each other's opinions. And that's how a relationship essentially should work as well, is respecting each other's faults, respecting each other's you know, faults, as well as their what's the word I'm looking for? It's the opposite of fault.
Not triumphs, but
Did I really?
Sorry.
I can't think of a synonym for faults right now. Successes, their faults, their. Isn't it really this
Successes.
hard?
it is.
I had it
Their shared personal victories.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Essentially,
Yeah.
you get what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say, but
Yeah.
But as far as back to your question, the feeling of, obviously, you know, originally you're here for the, obviously, you know, you got on a 3-year relationship. You don't have to obviously tell us what happened, but obviously the relationship.
I mean, I don't mind.
Uh,
It's just people got complacent. Maybe after the first year, compromised. I mean, personally, for myself, when I first met her, I met her like back in El Salvador, like outside the United States, because I traveled, or I was sent away because I'm being a bad child. My mom's like, "Screw this, I don't want to deal with you. You're going through your dad's." And I went to school with her, high school. Met her there. No interest whatsoever on her because she was in 7th grade and I was in 9th. Came back to the States and she was here. Started talking to her, but I mean, she was going through some stuff. Helped her out. I guess our relationship just
wasn't as strong.
was so quick. It was very very strong initially, but it moved things super fast. You know how usually you would want to wait maybe a couple months or a year or two in a relationship before you move in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know what would happen with me that time, that I was just like, I want to be there for you. I want to help you out. I want to do the best I can to assist you. She moved to New York and I'm in Texas. So I left everything here, and like a couple months later I was on my way. She ended up going to South Carolina to be with her brother. I went all the way to South Carolina, left everything behind. Just whatever money I had, started making our lives, and we could not settle. So we were traveling from South Carolina down to Florida, to different places, just traveling and working. And then we ended up coming back to Texas, and then so that just got very complacent. And then reality hit because we were there with each other every single day. So we didn't give that buffering period of the honeymoon phase being over and getting to know each other. We just learned everything from like day one, just one thing after another, learning what our habits are, just trying to deal with it. And then after 1 year, it's like, okay, it's not bad. You know, a couple months later, it's like, okay, we need to tone it down because there were some talks about marriage, and it was like 8 months in, and I was like, hold up, I don't know if I want to marry you yet. It's not even a year. I'm still learning a lot about things about you, and it's like, and it's just things continue. Just very complacent. Very complacent. She changed things. I changed things. Found out we are polar opposites. She loves to go out, likes hiking, do all these things. Me, on the other hand, I'm just a homebody that wants to be at home and just not do anything but play games and just work, home, play games, and of course I would try and please her and go out to those hikes or to the park. But I'm just like, I just want to be left alone. Give me a second to distress.
I mean,
yeah.
So from what it sounds like, you guys kind of rushed everything, right? It was kind of a rush phase. That happens. You know, that's the biggest thing is people do. So I've seen it. People rush into things because they feel like this is the one, this is it, this is what I want to do, and you forget about the phase where you get to know each other and kind of get to know if this is really the person that you think they are.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that they don't always work. There are times where a rushed relationship works out amazing.
It does work, yeah.
But you know, you obviously, I would always tell people that obviously you always want to learn about that person, because they may seem, at first every relationship is great because you're in that chase phase, right? You're in that accomplishing that relationship phase, and then you slowly move out of it and get, like I said, start getting comfortable. The confidence is gone. Everything starts to get more lax, and that's when things start going sour. And you know, it's all about, at the end of the day, just remain confident, man. Just don't lose the confidence. As far as now getting back into the game, don't obviously lose that confidence. Just do what you do. You know, be confident, talk, approach. Go to local, you know, coffee shops, anything. I mean, wherever, pubs, wherever you go, and not have the fear of talking to someone, and you know, learn from the previous mistakes. What didn't work in the previous one, change on this one. Not saying it's always going to work better, but you at least have some type of foundation.
Not to cut this short, but we do have Brittany and Mert in the waiting room ready to come in.
Sweet. So hopefully that answers your question, Nico, but thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, of course, claro.
Yeah, no worries.
It was a pleasure meeting y'all as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, you too, my friend. You too. We'll talk to you in chat.
Yep. Beckham, if you want to we'll bring in the next person.
Yeet.
Oh.
Unyeet.
What I planned on didn't work. All right.
Hello, material.
Oh god.
Hello, Sam.
How you doing, my sweet little Norwegian pudding pop?
Oh God,
And he's broken.
you're awful.
I know, I'm
Incredible.
terrible.
Yeah. So, well, first I want to go for the advice for Eco there. Which is, like Legend said, like the worst you get is a no, right? And yeah, getting rejected sucks, but you just have to live with it and move on. If you get rejected, that's not the one for you in the first place.
Sometimes it's better to know than to never find out.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
So the person I'm engaged to now, holy shit, is I met her by accident in a Facebook group.
Okay. Explain.
She was working in a company called Rockwool in Europe that sells isolation for houses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives in Denmark and was working in like a thing where you have to deal with Norwegians a lot. And I'm Norwegian, right? And I'm Norwegian, so I've offered like, hey, if you need help with anything, then just let me know, kind of thing. Turns out she was actually Norwegian, and it just turned into a really funny thing that I asked a Norwegian if she needed help with translating anything, then just reach out.
Ah, so it's you trying to be helpful and sweet, and you are a helpful and sweet guy, Mert, and you always have been, and you always don't say you're not. You are the only reason I streamed Redline on Twitch. You are a very sweet and nice guy. You were the first friend I made in Redline. You were the first person I spoke to before I even got accepted into it. So you can hush your mush, son, because you are a very nice person. And if you say otherwise, then I'm gonna follow through with the threats I've said of missile drop kicking you through your roof. Okay?
Oh wow! Oh wow!
I will fly over Norway, jump out over your house, and crash through the roof onto you. All right.
That day in Redline was the only day that has made me cry. No joke. But yeah, it like started out just being friends, and it moved along. I went to meet her just for like a weekend, and
Dirty boy.
no, we actually didn't do that the first time.
Dirty thinking boy.
And we just ended up hitting it along, so we just kept seeing each other and talking to each other, and it just worked out for me. I ended up proposing to her on the same day that she was going to propose to me.
Aww.
Look at
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah, at a street food market in Denmark. It was hilarious.
The ice in my chest just melted.
She was going to do it a little bit later, and I did it in front of her daughter.
Did you know she was going to?
I had no idea.
What was her daughter's reaction? Because obviously dating someone who's already got kids, it can be very awkward, that kind of thing.
Well, her daughter's a geek. Right?
That'll be
Wow.
fun.
Exactly, right? Like, she was just starting DMing D&D, and I had been playing D&D for about 10 years. So I ended up being like the advice person to go to get like, oh, what's this rule? What's this rule? And yeah, it was really fun.
Nice.
And
That's a podcast idea.
obviously COVID hit,
Yeah.
and it was rough. Everything was like 10 times harder because none of us could go visit each other easily. Luckily, I'm on chemo pills for psoriasis, so I ended up being able to get booster shots super early, so I got to see her. And
Talking of her, she knows you're talking about her, doesn't she? So she's messaged you.
she is messaging me, but not about that. No,
I was going to say her fiance radar has just gone off. It's like,
she's messaging about. She's been there's been a shooting in Denmark today.
Oh no.
wait, what?
Yeah, there's been someone that went off near a shopping mall in Denmark, and it's pretty close to where she lives.
Are they okay?
Yeah. She's not been out today, so which she has a cold, so. Whew. But yeah, no, and I'm going there on the 19th. I'm gonna be there for like almost 4 weeks.
Oh, nice.
I am. If I were to describe my perfect partner, it's basically her. She's smart and artistic as fuck. I was allowed by Bob to share her Instagram on his Discord because she's so proud of it, and every time she gets followers, she gets like super happy and messages me.
Does she?
Yeah, and obviously I don't tell her that I've shared it. Like
So-
I reach out to my
Here's
contacts.
what we're gonna do, Mert. You're gonna grab a link of her Instagram and you're gonna put it in the chat right now. And you're gonna put it in there about 10 times for everyone in this chat right now. So all 30 plus of you to go over right now and what is Instagram? I see. This is how old I am.
I
Is
don't
Instagram
even
a
have
follow?
Instagram.
Is it a subscribe? What is it? Follow?
I think it's a
It's a
like.
follow.
It's a
Yeah,
follow.
yeah,
Go
follow.
follow her. Go follow her Instagram now. Mert's gonna post it right now in the chat. He's gonna
And make sure you say, if you can comment or anything, how much
No.
Mert loves her.
Hey,
How
no,
much
no,
Mert
no.
loves her.
everybody
off.
put
How much?
Mert,
Yeah.
Mert sent us because he loves you so much. That's what everybody should post to her. Once again, I don't know how Instagram works. I don't know if you can post.
I
it.
don't think it works that way.
You
I
can
think it's all
comment on
pictures.
posts, but
Yeah, but basically she
As you can
does
see,
art.
we don't do our. I don't do our own media because I suck at media. We have media people that do our own media, so we bougie like that.
She does art with alcohol ink,
Oh,
and she gave away a picture to a bocce event that's at home with handicapped people for a lottery, and I printed out a couple of more examples aside from that, and she ended up selling her first painting, and she was super happy. And it's just adorable, and she's super smart and lovely, and I just love being around her. Obviously, I've had failed relationships as well, like everyone else, you know.
oh, yeah. No, I mean,
Yes,
So-
there's nothing.
that's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. Congratulations again. You know, on your engagement, and well, obviously,
Thank you.
do you guys have a date
She's
set?
going to be marrying
or-
a very nice gentleman. She's a very lucky she's a very lucky gal. You're a very lucky man, especially if she makes you feel that happy.
I'm
Definitely.
definitely a lucky man.
And I want to come to the wedding.
You guys have a
Not-
date?
No, we don't. So I need to sell my house first that I live in Norway, and then I'm gonna move there.
Sure.
and then we're gonna work out the date after that.
Sounds good. I'll give you our PO box to send the invitation to. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Covering
Right?
it.
Yeah. Like I'm still gonna be in Redline. Like,
Incredible.
I just came back from a 6-month break, but I'm still gonna be in Redline, right? So
For sure. No,
it's especially after the entirety of Redline came through and showed how much they cared for me. It is a family in a way.
Oh, 100%. That's the best thing about the community. That's the one thing we say is the community is the best thing about Redline. No matter what
Yeah.
issues there may be, whatever, blah 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 happens and whatever, but the community always sticks together. That's the best thing, for sure.
Yeah, fucking Elite and everyone else making me cry like a bitch.
Just to show how much we love you, mate.
There's nothing wrong with crying. Nothing wrong with crying. Crying just means you have emotions and that you're not a.
Exactly right. Exactly. I don't like showing them, but yeah.
Right. Talking of loving you, mate, it's Brit's turn.
Yes,
There we
and
go.
I shall take my leave.
Make sure you post that Instagram link. I haven't seen it yet, so make sure
Yeah,
you post
post
it.
it. Want it,
posted
post
it.
it.
They will be
once.
Did you?
Jesus
Post
Christ.
it more. More.
Where is it?
More.
God damn it. All right.
Why do I not see it?
Do it, Mert.
It doesn't post as an actual link, it just posts a text.
Wait, where is it?
Give it to Beckham. I think Beckham can post it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DM it to Beckham. Beckham, can you post it on there first? And then pin it too?
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you. Awesome.
Right, well,
always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
You stay safe and have fun.
You too. We'll
Right.
see
Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Bye.
Yeet.
Sweet.
See,
Alright.
what a nice guy. Mert is just a wonderful human being.
He is.
I say I just met him recently for the first time, and he's such a cool dude.
You know, actually,
He's
my
the first person I've met.
my first experience with Mert, I got pulled into, well, not pulled in, I got complained about because I was with Bob El Grande and he told me that his fine was only $100, so I was like, it's gonna be $100 fine, and it ended up being $300, and he got mad at me, and I'm like, fucking hell, I'm like, this is Bob's fault. He told me $100. I don't know what to do at this point.
I sorted it. It's fine. I'm pulling your ass out the fire.
Oh, that was so funny, but it's okay. Sweet. There's
I
a link
can't
to the
pin
Instagram.
it, but I spammed it.
There's Instagram for Julie. Go show Julie some love and tell her how much Mert loves her.
I just followed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sweet.
do
Definitely.
it. Big Daddy commands. You reported
Alright.
me as well. Oh yes, you reported to me.
To
yes,
me,
you did. Yeah, he did.
All right, sweet. What do we got? We got Britt next.
Oh, yeah. Let me have a
he's
quick
getting-
drink.
I'll let you finish.
That's what she said.
Yeah. All right.
She's already got the giggles going. Oh,
I love it.
Oh my god. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Brittany. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you? I'm waking my kids up, sleeping behind me. I'm sitting here cracking up.
I mean, I abuse my power. It's fine.
You do. It's okay.
Because it's so fun.
It is. It's funny. You have no idea. I'm sitting in watching Chloe's streams, cracking up at you the entire time.
that's awesome.
Oh,
Oh my god, the other
anyways,
day.
yes, it was
Hilarious.
so funny. So funny. Anyways, I wasn't going to come on and say anything just because this is a weird, touchy topic for me in for so many different ways. But I just kind of wanted to piggyback off of something that was said earlier about like just wanting to leave a relationship, but not really doing it because you're comfortable. And I don't know if this is just something in America, maybe just something in Florida. I don't know. But like, everybody that I see that's in a relationship, well, no, not everybody, but like 80% of the people that I see in relationships these days are in these toxic ass relationships where like you are constantly arguing over if the sky is blue, black, or purple, and you're staying in this relationship like stuck where, for just as an example, the last place I lived in was it used to be a 2-story house, and it was converted into 2 different units. So like the upstairs where the bedrooms were was an apartment, which was where I lived, and then the downstairs was an efficiency. And this couple lived downstairs from us, and every 2 days they're at each other's throats, yelling. And like, I have PTSD of that kind of stuff because of my past relationship. And hearing them argue all the time was like, they're always, oh, I hate you, I want to leave you. It's like, why don't you just do it? Like, why would you want to be stuck in a relationship like that? That's just something that I see so often. But other things too, though, is like, for me personally, I've been in quite a long relationship with 2 different people where I ended up lying to them, and because of my addiction taking over kind of thing. And so I ruined something that was so good because of not being able to be open and honest and communicate. Because if I would have just communicated, the chances are I could have gotten the help that I needed, ahead of time. But I think that's probably part of the reason why I didn't, say anything, because at that point in time, I just wasn't ready to get the help that I needed. But it's, for me, communication is such a big thing in a relationship, because if you don't have communication, you don't have anything. You got nothing.
It's very true.
I mean, for me, relationships right now, like I said, it's a very touchy subject for me, because like, with my disability and the pain that I'm in, I can't give somebody what they want, what they deserve. And therefore, that's part of the reason why I'm single. But also because even if I wasn't in this situation that I'm in, I don't think I would even be in a relationship or anything like that right now, because I'm trying to find who I am as a person and what I want in a relationship. We kind of touched base on that last week when I was on. It's just, for me, I'm trying to find what I want and who I want, based on beliefs and family and stuff. So, but for me, personality is such a big thing. Like, if you're an egotistical prick, I just don't want anything to do with you. If you walk around thinking that your shit just doesn't stink, it's not cute. It's not cute at all. For me, I want somebody who's going to, regardless of, sex or anything like that, I want somebody who's going to put in what I put in, because it's like a 50-50. Relationships are 50-50. You have to give in what you put in, and you got to put in to get in, so I'm the type of person too where I like to, I guess I put my standards kind of high too. But I like to, when I'm in a relationship, I make that person my world, like my complete world. I will cook for them, clean for them. And that's just who I am. I feel like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and it's like a genuine relationship, then as a woman, that's what I should do. Or as your partner, that's what I should do, period, is take care of you, and vice versa. But everybody's definition of taking care of you is, somebody is different. But yeah, I like to put a smile on my partner's face. And for me, like, cooking is a big thing for me when I am in a relationship. Because I can put so much love into it, and to just be able to cook a meal and put it in front of my partner and see the joy in their face and eating it, like, I put love into it. And you can really to me, I think you can tell when somebody puts love into what you're cooking, because to me, it just tastes so much better.
That's right.
But yeah, so like, that's just, I mean, for me, I think the biggest thing for me is somebody who can be on the same level as me. And also, if I was to get in a relationship again, it would have to be somebody who respects my child for my number one, because I've put people before him before, and I refuse to do that again. And so, like, I don't ever expect somebody to come in and say, hey, I'm mommy or I'm daddy. Like, but I want you to treat my child with as much love and respect as you treat with me, you know?
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%. And the mentality is different when you do have children, just like Zal said, because you're not only trying to impress. I mean, realistically, you're not like. I mean, if you're not just
if the kid doesn't like you,
you're
it's not going to work.
It's never going to work because you do have to. You are winning over a child at that point, and children are blatant, right? Because they don't have any. They're not looking at any filters or anything like that. They're looking at you clean as pipe because there's no form of biased opinion in them, and they're looking at you straight, and they'll tell you straight to their face what they think of you because, well, as children we don't know any better. We're not taught that you have to try to respect people, right? Because there's no filter as a child, and there shouldn't be. You're right. You are winning. You are winning over the child as more so than as your partner at that point. But you have to do it naturally, just like you said too, because if you try to just win over the child just so you can get into the mother's pants, you're essentially it's not proper.
It's so obvious too.
And you can tell, right? Exactly, and it's obvious as a mother's instinct will tell you. A mother will know. And then going back to your point with the being in a toxic relationship, being afraid, I think it goes back to the confidence factor, doesn't it? I mean, essentially, a lot of people are afraid to get out of relationships now because they don't feel confident enough to find someone else. So they feel that if they don't, or if they leave this relationship, they're not going to find anybody else.
Self-worth.
Yeah, exactly. Self-worth, confidence, it's just not there for them. And that's the biggest thing, and that's why I don't know. I think for me, I was in that position at one point, as you all, if you have heard in the past, I shared my story, where I did have no self-confidence. I had no self-worth, and I put myself in a spot, and I told myself I would never feel that way ever again, or let anybody make me feel that way ever again. So, and has it ruined relationships for me? In the end, it has as of now. Who knows what the future holds? There may be someone that walks into my life that makes me think twice about it, and when that day comes, we'll see where things go. But in terms of not being afraid to tell someone off, that's 100%. I have no fear of it. Don't care how you feel, don't care if you're upset at me, but I will tell you off because I'm not going to lose my confidence over somebody else, and or my self-worth over anybody else. And that's not just being like egotistical or a prick, but it's just me just having a lot of value in myself.
Right, and you have to. And like with my ex of 4 years that I was telling you guys about last week, it was the same thing with him. Like, he was such a nice guy, and he, like, nobody deserves to be lied to. Let's just be real. But
no, 100%.
At the end of the day, he I ruined him, and I feel so bad for that now because, like, the way he literally looked at me and he said, Brittany, I will never be able to be in a relationship with anybody again and trust them because of what you did. Like, and it was just something as simple as, like, I didn't cheat on him. I've never cheated on anybody. Like, I'm so against that. But I lied to him, and that can be worse, in my opinion, than cheating sometimes. It just, lying to somebody for as long as I did and, like, making him believe it as well. And like, the fact that when he looked back at it I was just really brutally honest with him and told him everything. When he looked back at it, it was like, that's such a slap in the face, and it is. And so he was like, I can never look at anyone the same way again in a relationship. I don't know that I could ever be, in a relationship again. And that's when you were telling that story about what happened to you, it just, like, it really hit home for me because I hate that I did that to him, and I live with that every single day. But at the same time, I have to, like, forgive myself for it too, because it's part of my recovery, and, like, it was my addiction, because that's not who I am. Like, I'm not. Addiction just does some terrible things to people. You're not yourself. And so, like, I forgive that part of me, but at the same time, like, I feel sorry and remorseful for what I did. I think is the best word for it.
Yeah, and you do have to. I can tell you this much. I feel so. I'll share something. Actually, it was ironic after the podcast and stuff. So as you guys know, we didn't do a podcast in the beginning of this month because I was out of town for a wedding for my sister or cousin, but we don't have cousins in our culture. Everyone's a sister or brother. And then you have and Chloe obviously had family over as well, so it just made sense for us to take the first week off of this month. So I was going at a wedding. I messaged Chloe. I was drunk, not drunk, but I was getting drunk. My ex was there. My ex is obviously family friends. This is the first time I've seen her since this whole thing, and it was horrible. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what to do. I told Chloe, I'm like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I just want to go home. But we did talk. We talked. We talked. She understood what had happened. She understood how I was, and it was the first time we've actually talked. But I'll say this much. It went a long way. She obviously gave me my space and didn't try to reach me. She's been wanting to apologize for a long time, and I just never was ready for it until that moment. And when I said, you know what, it's my sister's wedding, I can't leave. I'm in terms of my dad's name, I'm literally the last one to carry the name. So if they want that family name to continue, because my dad had 8 sisters, I'm the only one that can continue the bloodline of that name. So in our culture, bloodline is like huge, especially from my dad's side of the family, because my dad's side of the family is from the originators of some of our religions and stuff like that. So it's a pretty high up family last name, and I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, so obviously, because considering it's my sister, I'm the only one that stands for it. And as a brother, you're supposed to give your sister away to her husband, and I couldn't obviously leave for that reason, because I had to give my sister away. So I had to suck it up, and I was like, you know what, I do want. I'll talk to her. We'll just make things not awkward. And we did talk. We talked for a good about 2-3 hours.
That's good.
Where things were said, and we're good. I could clearly say that I think I've forgiven her, which was really it was peaceful for sure. So just like, obviously I know you're upset and about what you did to him. Listen, if I can come around after what I went through, I'm pretty sure he'll eventually come around. You just got to give him the space and let him obviously be at the point to where he's willing to talk. Because I think for him, he'll need it too. If he feels anything like I did, it will. He may not know it, because I didn't know it. I needed to hear those words. But once I heard those words, I literally felt like I had so much weight lifted off my shoulders. I don't know what it was, but
we kind of talked after he moved. We had we were not back together, but we were like seeing what happened kind of thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to up and leave and go to Las Vegas, and he wanted me to move there with him, and I was going to be bringing Armani with me, and I just didn't think that was the best move for Armani, because he was still very young, and Armani lived with my parents his entire life. So for me to uproot him and move across the country, I just didn't feel like that was the best option for him, because he's just been through so much as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't think that was the right thing for him. And so he basically told me that I was letting my 5 because of that decision. And so that kind of him saying that and thinking that, not knowing, because he doesn't have kids, what it means to put your child first. And I really didn't know what it meant to put my child first, because I never did that as a parent, because my choices that I was making. But because of that, that's when everything was like, okay, I'm never going to look at another relationship like that, blah, blah, blah. And he moved over to Vegas. And I think like 3 or 4 months after he moved, we got back in touch with each other, and he wanted me to move up there, and I just wasn't sure that was the right move still. And he was very he started getting really verbally abusive to me at that point. But I told him like my standpoint of it. Like I told him that obviously what I did wasn't right, and I hope that one day he'll be able to find the happiness that I found when I was with him. I can't sit there and say the happiness that he found because I think that he thinks everything was fake, but it wasn't. But that's something that he's just gonna think, and I can't change that opinion, you know. But you know, I was able to speak my piece with him, and we kind of got to a point that we were okay. And then he was kind of like teeter-tottering me on, like, I didn't want to move up there. I was trying to convince him to come back down here. And he was like, had already started talking to this girl up there, and like they weren't in a relationship, but he kind of liked her, and he was not willing to just up and leave, but she was like a booty call, I guess, but like she wasn't just really a booty call, which is cool. But then when I found somebody, because he was like going back and forth with that, when I found somebody and I said, okay, I'm not going to go on this emotional roller coaster ride with you anymore, then all of a sudden the verbal abuse came back, and like, oh, don't come crying to me when he's hitting you uncontrolled, like he's hitting you and abusing you and just trying to make me think I could never find anybody as good as him, you know. It's like, that's not how we're playing this game here, okay? I'm not gonna...
Emotional manipulation and narcissism 101.
Yeah, and I think when that kicked in, I think that a lot of my guilt went down the drain, but at the same time, like, I am a very compassionate and understanding human being. So, like, I try to put myself in other people's shoes. And so, as a person, and after the things that he did to me afterwards, and the way he treated me, and the way, like, now looking back, even when he didn't really know what I was doing, some of the things he did to my son, and now seeing that, like the way he made me choose him over my child kind of thing, there's like a regret as a human being nature, but at the same time, I kind of like, I don't want to say he deserved it, but I feel like that me not being in that relationship anymore is definitely the best thing. I'm the kind of person where I have to, I'm very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I feel guilty when I hurt somebody, period. It doesn't matter. You could be the biggest piece of shit in the world, and if I hurt you, I'm gonna beat my ass over it, like kick myself in the ass over it. And I shouldn't, but I do. So yeah, that's what that is. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it makes perfect sense. No, quite agree. I'm a bit of a solar opposite there, being Aspergic. Yeah, I find it hard to put myself in other people's shoes. But if I hurt someone, like unintentionally, and I will feel bad for it, and I will beat myself up over it.
Yeah.
Intentionally is different. I mean, I don't go out my way to do it, but if someone is taking down a peg or two, I give them a verbal slap. Don't do physical anymore. No. Unless it's with Vikings. That's different.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, it's difficult being in situations with those relationships, but I appreciate you coming on and sharing, obviously, more of your story a little bit in the after party. Obviously, we talked about this, like you said, last week, but to be able to come on here, it's difficult, you know, to talk about that stuff. It's parts of us that that definitely hit home when you talk about them, but
yeah,
you know, it's always, and this is why this podcast was made. This was our belief and our idea was we wanted to share those stories, or have people that were willing to share those stories, because it is a life experience. A lot of the people here, you're young, looking at this chat. I mean, yes, we do have an older demographic than, you know, most of the videos you'll see from like obviously the content creator size of a Redline, the podcast definitely has a older demographic, but there's still young people out there that have that question, but they're just afraid to ask or don't know who to ask. And that's what we made this this podcast for, was to give that group of people that little space zone, a little zone that they can come in and ask away freely and not have to be worried about what people are going to think. So
yeah, and I like that about the podcast. And you know, it's funny you say that about the having like younger kids, or not that, well, yeah, kids watching and stuff. The other day, it's so cringe to me when somebody comes into somebody's stream that's, you know, in Redline and they're playing their game and they're like, oh, go kill Alanip or go kill Elite, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just so cringe to me. And then I realized it the other day that I hope, and I truly believe now, that those people that are coming in and saying things like that, they've got to be kids, because I feel like no adult would really, I would hope no adult would come into a stream and say stuff like that, you know, like, or like for Chloe, I keep my mouth shut because it's, you know, the way she runs her stream is different. But like, when people come in there and they're like, Elite this, and like, why they expect her, just because she is Elite's girlfriend, to do the things that Elite does, and Chloe's not Elite. That's just all there is to it, you know. She 100%. Does her role play a different way, and so but when people come in there and say that, I want to just be like, no, you can't do that. Like, you can't compare.
No, have no fear of it. I think what bonded me and Chloe the most was there was one day when this is when I joined her Discord. We were just talking because we were adults, talking like adults, and we became friends. Somebody came in and was like, oh, you're Elite's girlfriend or something. And I was like, no, this is, like, Elite is Chloe's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think
Chloe
she
is
literally
her own
messaged me. She's
person.
like, she literally messaged me. She's like, I fucking love you. I'm like, I got your back. Like, no,
Yeah.
It's Chloe. Her name's Chloe. It's not Elite's girlfriend. It's Chloe.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, nothing against Elite. Elite's a great guy, obviously.
Right.
This is not his channel. I'm not gonna go to Elite's channel, and be like, oh, you're Chloe's boyfriend. You know, that's just disrespectful. Or I'm gonna be like, oh, when is Alanum streaming? I see that a lot being said in. Or where is
Is he
Alanum? Or where's
on?
Frenchie? Like. No, you're not. If you're there for that person. So that is what it is. But that's a topic for a different day, different subject. But essentially, this was made for everyone to be interactive. Yeah, we had guests and stuff, and that's when we started thinking, we're going away from everything. We're going into this gaming podcast where everyone's a gamer, everyone's a content creator, and everyone's asking questions. I'm like, we're not doing what we wanted to do. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You were in the earlier of sides of things, because we had Lola for the BDSM. We had the LGBTQ community. We were going to a more like, what's your message? And then it started turning into like, okay, content creator. And I was like, and me and Chloe sat down. We're like, this is not what we wanted. I mean, it's fun. It's great. I don't care about the views. The views will come when the views will come. I mean, I tell Chloe, I'm like, between the two of us, we have 7,000 subscribers, over 7,000 to 8,000 subscribers. So, but the podcast doesn't have that. I'm like, and I don't want those 7,000 people to be on the podcast if it doesn't benefit them, or to listen, because I don't want just the podcast people just to be there just for the hell of it. I want people to actually come on the podcast and listen. We're bringing all these people on, but we're not touching the subjects that people want to know about, the ones that impact life. And I'm like, we need to and that's when we decided we're going to switch it up. We're done with the guest portion, at least for now. We're done with guests, and we're into the world of, we're here to discuss topics. And the sex education topic literally came from last week, when I think it was you who brought up that it's not taught in school.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, here we are. We're here to teach it. We're gonna fucking teach it. Screw all the schools. Screw all that. And if you're out there, parents, and you're upset that we just taught your kids about sex, go screw yourself. Or Zal will give you the nice loaded condom in his wallet to screw yourself. So either way, we're here to educate. We're here to give people a zone to ask the questions, because people are curious. And as a child, I'll tell you right now, you're probably not wanting to talk to your parents and stuff. And if you're afraid that you're on YouTube right now, I'm sure Zal's down for this, because I did see him mention after hours or after party. If you guys want, we'll even do in the Discord. in our.
We tend to do it after every podcast. You have a little after party
Yeah.
kind of thing.
We'll even do it
Nothing's
in
being
we'll do it on main
broadcast.
stage today. How about we do it in the main stage? If
Yeah.
people want to come in, they got questions that they're afraid to ask on the YouTube, or they want to ask us anything that they don't want to obviously get into censorship, because obviously there is restrictions on what you can ask and how detailed you can get into stuff because of the YouTube. We'll be off the air. You can gladly come out to the main stage. You're gonna be able to raise your hand. We'll pull you up, and you can ask us anything you want. Maybe we'll get some guest stars in there as well. If you have questions or people that are more knowledgeable than us, because we're not knowledgeable. We can only share our experiences. We're old, so we have experience. We're not 100% knowledgeable on everything. So we can share what we can best with you guys and answer as best as your questions that are what we see fit. We'll give you the best advice that we can. So we'll have a little after party in main stage, and we'll announce it as well on the Discord as well. And I think what were we at? We're about 2 hours in right now.
Yeah.
So we're at that mark. I don't see anybody in the waiting room. So if there's no one else, do you guys have any other questions that you want to ask in here, or do you want to save them to the main stage? We'll save them to the main stage. What we'll do is we'll shut off the podcast. We'll give everyone about 5-10 minutes to go do what they need to do, get drinks, go to the bathroom. Zal, if he wants to smoke, have a smoke break. Whatever anyone needs to do. I'll announce it in the chat so people know, and then we'll meet in the main stage in the Discord. And if you're not in the Discord link literally was just posted by Amar on Q in the description. So go ahead and join that, and then just start making your way to the main stage, and we'll be there soon. And we'll answer anything you want, X-rated, uncensored, whatever you want. No fears, no nothing, no age restrictions, no nothing. So thank you everyone for coming on.
Just no feet.
Yeah, no feet for Zal.
No,
feet.
please.
We don't want feet. No, please no.
Please
No
don't come in there
feet,
asking
no
we're elite and laying at the straightener. Please, God.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can ask that because I will just verbally murder you. It's fine.
He's committing verbal murder in the major third degree. So
Committed verbal murder in the major third degree.
There you go. So, yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for everyone for sharing. Thank you for everyone that shared their stories, their success stories, their failed stories. Thank you for everyone telling us about their perfect matches. Thank you for all you guys for listening. Once again, hopefully, Chloe, if you're watching this still or if you're not falling asleep yet, hope you feel better. Get well soon.
Feel better, Chloe.
And we'll
Yes, definitely get well.
we'll plan the next one out for next week as we have been doing. But thank you guys so much, guys. We will see you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Adios.
see you guys.